There are things the soul understands before the mind can catch up. This connection was one of them. You didn't just stumble into his life, you were placed there. The angels show me the threads of light that tied you together long before you met, threads that carry both longing and purpose. And yet, those same threads pulled him away, not because the bond was broken, but because heaven knew your heart wasn't ready for the storm his presence would bring. Some separations are not endings, the angels whisper. They are pauses written into the script of love, to save both souls from breaking too soon. What you felt as abandonment was, in truth, protection. Every unanswered message, every sudden silence was a shield you didn't see, a mercy you didn't ask for. There is a timing for everything under heaven, and the one who holds your heart was being refined in ways you could not reach. This distance is not a verdict, it is a preparation. The angels are clearing the path, stripping away the shadows that would have hurt you if love had rushed in unhealed. And while you wait, they are holding you in the palm of God's hand, guarding the very love you fear you've lost. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Exodus 14 verse 14. The angels lean close tonight, their voices soft yet steady, telling me this: he has not forgotten. In the quiet moments of his life, you are still there. Not as a passing thought, but as a pulse that returns over and over, like a tide that refuses to leave the shore. For so long, he tried to bury what you stirred within him. He thought it was safer to tuck it away where no one could see. But the truth is rising now, breaking through the walls he built. The angels say this awakening is slow, almost painful, because it asks him to confront the parts of himself he has long avoided, the vulnerability, the surrender, the risk of loving without armor. They show me moments you cannot see, him holding an object that reminds him of you, staring into nothing while replaying the sound of your laughter, hearing your name in the most unexpected places. These are not coincidences, they are divine echoes, pulling him back toward what his soul already knows. Do not be fooled by his distance. The heart does not follow the same laws as the body. It travels without permission, and his has been with you all along. The angels assure you that what is stirring now will not fade. It is the beginning of a return written long before either of you knew the script. There is a language the angels say you've been learning without knowing, the language of silence. His absence, as heavy as it feels, has been speaking truths you couldn't have heard in his presence. In every gap, every unspoken word, something has been forming, clarity. The angels show me that his quiet is not emptiness. It is a workshop where the soul reshapes itself. He has been listening to the echoes of your last conversations, feeling the weight of the things he didn't say, the way your eyes lingered a second too long. These memories follow him into sleep, rising again in the morning like a hymn he can't unlearn. You have been tempted to believe that the silence means you were forgotten, but heaven assures you, some silences are seeds. They grow underground, hidden from sight, until the right season comes to break the soil. Even now, the angels are nurturing that hidden growth. They are easing his fears, teaching him that true love doesn't require constant noise but rather a steady presence, even in silence. So when the quiet feels unbearable, remember, the heart's loudest confessions are often made without words. And his heart has been whispering your name all along. The angels show me a scene within him, a war room, illuminated by the flicker of two opposing flames. One flame is fear, sharp, commanding, reminding him of every wound, every risk, every reason to turn away. The other flame is desire, deep, unyielding, pulling him toward you with a force that logic cannot contain. He stands between these flames, torn. The fear tells him that love will cost him too much. The desire whispers that life without you will cost him even more. This is why his steps toward you have been hesitant, why he sometimes comes close only to pull back. It is not that his feelings are uncertain, it is because they are too certain, and that certainty frightens him. The angels lean in now, their light enveloping the battlefield, revealing a different truth. Love was never meant to be a battle he fights alone. You are not here to break down his defenses, but to stand beside him when they falter. And so, bit by bit, they are loosening his grip on fear, replacing it with a courage he doesn't yet recognize as his own. When that courage takes root, you will feel the change, not in grand gestures, but in the way his presence finally stops fleeing from its own longing. The angels reveal something shimmering, a single unbroken thread stretching between your heart and his. Time has tugged on it, distance has tested it, and fear has tangled it, but still it holds. This is not the fragile thread of chance, it is the woven strand of destiny. He has tried to sever it in moments of doubt, convincing himself that life would be simpler without the pull. But each attempt only tightens the connection, drawing him back to you in ways he cannot explain. The angels say this happens because your souls agreed long before this lifetime to meet, to teach, to heal. Such agreements cannot be undone by human hesitation. When he dreams, the thread glows brighter. He may wake feeling unsettled, unable to articulate the longing, but his spirit knows, it is reaching for you. When you feel his presence for no reason at all, that is the thread pulling in the other direction, reminding both of you that nothing truly separates what heaven has joined. The angels promise that this bond is not a chain, it is a lifeline. And when the time is right, it will guide him back without force, without demand, simply because both hearts will know the way. The angels reveal that you have been his mirror, not the kind that flatters, but the kind that tells the truth. In you, he sees the parts of himself that he has avoided, the tenderness he hides, the dreams he abandoned, the courage he doubts he possesses. This reflection both draws him in and makes him flinch. Because loving you is not just about desire, it is about being seen. Fully. Without the masks he wears for the world. And while his heart aches for that kind of intimacy, his mind still wonders if he is ready to live without those masks. The angels say that is why he sometimes treats you as both sanctuary and danger. You are the safe place his soul recognizes, and yet the very closeness you offer asks him to step into a version of himself he has not fully claimed. Still, the light you reflect is changing him. Quietly. Persistently. Even from a distance. He is beginning to see that the parts he feared were weaknesses are, in truth, the most beautiful truths of who he is. And one day, he will stop looking away. The angels show me a stirring within him, not a new feeling, but an old memory surfacing. Your connection did not begin here. It carries the scent of other lives, the echo of other vows. Somewhere deep in his spirit, he remembers standing beside you before, in places the mind cannot name but the soul instantly knows. These memories rise in fragments, a familiar comfort in your voice, the way his heartbeat slows when you're near, the strange déjà vu of your first meeting. At first, he dismissed them as coincidence. But the more he tries to reason them away, the more persistent they become. The angels whisper that this is no accident, it is the awakening of a promise kept between lifetimes. That is why his feelings feel both overwhelming and inevitable. That is why part of him feels you are home, even if the rest of his life feels uncertain. He is not yet ready to speak these truths aloud, but his soul is already leaning toward you. And when a soul remembers, no force on earth can make it forget. The angels place before me an image of a narrow path, winding through mist, lit only by a gentle glow ahead. This is the road you and he are on, a path no map could chart, because it was written in the quiet chambers of heaven long before your feet touched it. You may think the delays, the detours, And the silences are mistakes, but they are part of the choreography. The pauses are there so your hearts can keep pace with the lessons your souls are learning. The angels say that if this path had unfolded faster, it might have broken what it was meant to heal. Now, a shift is coming. He is beginning to see the glow too. Perhaps faintly, but enough to follow. And though he may not yet understand it, that light is not just leading him forward, it is leading him to you. The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Proverbs 16 verse 9. The angels show me the armor he has worn for years, dented heavy, yet somehow comforting to him. It kept him safe from pain, but it also kept out the warmth he longed for. You have been the quiet force softening that armor, not by force, but by the steady truth of who you are. It began in small ways, the way your eyes met his without expectation, the calm you carried into his chaos, the moments you listened without needing to fix him. These became cracks in the metal, letting light seep in where darkness once settled. He may not admit it yet, but he feels different when he thinks of you. Less guarded. Less certain he needs to keep the world at a distance. The angels say this is the slow opening of a heart that has forgotten how to trust. And even if he still retreats now and then, the change has begun. The armor is no longer a home to him, it feels too heavy, too cold. One day soon, he will set it down entirely, not because you asked, but because love will feel safer than fear. The angels show me the circle, the place where everything returns to its beginning, but not as it was. You and he are meant to meet here, not as the people you were, but as the souls you've become. When he comes back, and the angels assure me he will, it won't be with the same hesitations that once kept him away. He will come with a steadiness that only comes from walking through his own shadows and finding the courage to stand in the light. This reunion will not be rushed, nor will it be fragile. It will feel like a deep exhale after years of holding your breath. You will know in that moment that every delay, every tear, every unanswered prayer was not in vain. The angels place this seal upon the message. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11. Your heart has been faithful through the winter. Now, heaven prepares the spring.